Hey, what's up, League community? This is Nansae here, and today we're going to be talking about Aatrox. For those of you who don't know, Aatrox is a champion in League of Legends who takes the cake for consistently bad champions. The reason I say this is because you probably have never seen him in game before if you haven't played for more than 3 seasons. He's often used in the thumbnail of videos describing some of the worst champions, or champions in dire need of rework, and he's always been a champion Riot has preferred to ignore, because as they described him in the 7.5 patch notes, Aatrox is a game health issue. That being said, Riot's decision to rework him in this way is something I found a bit confusing. If a champion is toxic to the game's health, you would think they would completely rework them from the ground up, to give them a kit that's more closely aligning with healthy game design paradigms. If this sounds familiar, it's because Aatrox's game health issue is not the first case of this. Other champions that were in this boat are Sion and Yorick, both of which are now completely different, and all of those champions are suffering from what I would name the patient zero of this epidemic in League of Legends, Poppy. Poppy is the poster child for a super toxic champion that was so frustrating to play against that she was intentionally held down by Riot. Their balanced philosophy around Poppy, as a quote from Morello, was like so. Either rework Poppy and make her into a real pick in League, balance appropriately, or don't rework Poppy and never, ever buff her, and nerf her if she ever sees play. Riot took a harsher stance to Poppy than Overwatch took to McCree, but they were transparent about this and eventually gave her the proper rework she needed. Arguably, Aatrox is not that bad, but nonetheless, he has the same problem. So what I'm confused by is why Riot decided that champions like Poppy, Yorick, Sion, and soon-to-be Galio all receive this royal treatment of a complete kit overhaul, while Aatrox continues to crash and burn with every minor change they've ever made to him, buff or nerf. I know people will criticize quoting his incredibly low win rate, attributing this to inexperienced players trying him out post-rework, but if we look at his pick rate over time, within a week of his rework, and even after the mid-patch buff he received, he's seeing almost as little play as he did before his rework. This suggests that the people who used to play him before are pretty much the only people playing him now. And the other thing is that even in the hands of those who are considered the best Aatrox players in the world, his win rate is still a measly 48%. That's really bad. If we look at other champions who are considered bad right now, this is what we find. Azir, who has a 42% win rate, still has over a 50% win rate in the hands of the best players. And so does Nidalee. Even Heimerdinger, fucking Heimerdinger, has a win rate just above 50%. The best of the best Aatrox players in the world haven't been able to win more than 50% of their games in the last week. That's really alarming. Now, I'm sure the meta will readjust as time goes on, and his win rate among the best players will probably go up. But Aatrox will likely stay exactly where he is in terms of his reputation as a bad champion, a terrible win rate, and non-existent pick rate. Now, I know that many people don't care about Aatrox either way, but it's unfortunate to see Aatrox be given this rework. It's almost an insult, honestly, to Aatrox players. I know Riot never intended to make him worse than he was, and Riot has addressed the fact that he does need more fine-tuning, but again, I hope it takes the shape of a Poppy-style rework, because anything less will result in the same mediocre champion people have always hated. It will be difficult, but not impossible. As for Riot, I wish them success in making Aatrox great again.